What up, everybody? Out of the Power 78 coming back at you. Unfortunately, I only got one monitor right now, but it's a very nice one that my son just got, and it takes up most of the space on his desk. So I was like, I'm gonna put the other one away, some other way. So yeah, I'm using his desk and his monitor with my computer. So one of the things I was trying to do was I was trying to get these things, this app.js, and now I changed it to SCSS because I figured from now on I'll just start writing everything in SCSS. And the reason that is because SCSS is a something like TypeScript. You write it in SCSS, it'll create the CSS file, but it won't allow you to have bugs. So when you compile it, if it has bugs and stuff like that, you'll see it down here when you're compiling it and watching the SAS. Well, this is the extension that I make called Owl's Boilerplate. As you can see, it's up and running. It's 3.1. It should be 2.01, but it's 3.1. So with that being said, we're going to fix this real quick. This is an easy one to deal with. What I want to do is I got to make a directory, a path. So I am not going to lie to you. It took me like 2 days to really understand how to use the make directory thing. But I figured out. We already had it from the first video, so there's not much to talk about this. So that's what we need. You know, this is it's gonna help us with promises that we need, and we need a make directory promise. So I don't want my index.html to change paths, but I do want this one to be a different path, so I can have a folder that says JS. You know, so when we actually do it, it looks more, you know, organized. Some people like to put different things in it. Well, right now I have nothing in this folder, and I disabled the original my Owl's boilerplate. Let me see if I, matter of fact, let me see if I have that on before I go anywhere. I am going to delete that off of here. See, so this right here, it has reload required. So I'm uninstalling that right now, and we could reinstall it later. We find it online. It's very easy to do. You put some link to the side. Anyways, it says I need a restart, but before we go there, let's show you what it does now. All right, I saved it. Okay, so right now, if we go to Control Shift P, it's gonna say Owl's boilerplate because we're using this, and this thing worked. Notice how it gave everything and not in its own folder. For SCSS, they got this thing called partials. You want to keep all the partials in the SCSS folder, all those files. It's like you would in a CSS file. The good thing is that the main CSS file, or we call it the app CSS file, will be generated by the SCSS, and it will have everything on it and allow you for the different pages. There's plenty of videos out there to show you how to do that, but there's not plenty of videos to show you how to do what I'm going to teach you. So let's delete these things right here. And let's close that out and stop this. One of the first things I wanted to do was make this video, make this without making a video. But since I realized I had issues trying to understand this, I know everybody else is going to have issues. So you want to type in fs and make directory. This is a two-part thing. The second part is going to be a function. And yeah, you could probably do an arrow function. But I prefer it this way. And I'm going to call this error for error. I come over here. I'm going to make the function first, because the function is very important. Everything's very important. I'm just messing with you. And this error, right console log, and this is basically so we could see it not working or working. Let's put if error not working in what's this called, in the JS section folder. Okay, so hopefully this is gonna work. The second part is the else statement. It's not really a second part, console.log. Oh, that works. And we're gonna put working in thy JS folder. Okay. Sometimes if you don't spell it right, you don't spell it right. Now I had a texting because I'm gonna do something else after this. So the extensions is something wrong already, and that's this right here. So don't worry about that. We're gonna fix that right now. What we want to do is we want to create it in the path that we already have. So instead of recreating the folder path and trying to do all this other stuff that we don't we shouldn't want to do. We're just gonna use folder path. Am I intelligent or what? And then we're gonna do the plus sign and do this. And this is the first one is an escape line. So you have to do two of them so it doesn't escape and it actually gives you this backslash. Because in Windows, I think you might be able to do the forward slash, but I prefer the backslash because in Windows, you want it to be the backslash, plain and simple. The backslash is how you go to Windows directories and stuff for the most part. Now, you know, Linux stuff like Red Hat and the MacBook and Ubuntu and Apple and stuff like that, they go forward slash. They're fine with whatever you want, but it's better to do it this way. So here we're gonna just create this folder. That's all this is gonna do. So let's test this out and see if the folder was actually created. If it's not, that means we jack something up. So it says there's no more errors. You see, no more problems. So let's press F5 to see if that worked. And then we're gonna get everything else. And we're just gonna click that again. Yo, this thing worked. But you see how I made the folder? Now we want this app.jss to be in the folder. And when I want people to use my stuff, I don't want them to have to worry about that. And I'm deleting it because it would stay there until, you know, we delete it. So we stop that. Going crazy. So what all we have to do here, all right, we could do it any way we want to do it, to be honest, but all we have to do here is put, I like to do it this way, it makes it easier, and we're going to put it the JS, if I could get the P to work path equals folder path, what's a, oh my god, plus, no, plus, I don't know what I'm doing wrong right now. Today is not my day. All right, plus, and then JS. That's all we have to do. That's the JS path, right? And let me go back and Control Z. Why does it always do that? And then I like to put this here as well. And we're gonna basically copy and paste this for the CSS stuff right here. But we'll fix that in a second. And we're gonna put JS path. And with that, saving it as CSS path, and then this is SCSS. Now we got to see if this works, and we also got to let's see, make this SCSS. So with this SCSS path, as you can see, I changed some things. I'm going to tell you everything I've changed. First, I changed up here. If you remember, this was CSS content, now it's SCS content, because we could do this in SCSS and it's gonna make it work for the other thing. So it doesn't matter if we do it there or not, if we do the exact same thing or not, because it is what it is. Now I might just make another file and call it make it a partial file and call it partial configurations inside this right here, and then an app one. So we could do that as well. So we could copy this, and yeah, we'll do that. I didn't think about that. That makes sense, because in the configuration file, you probably want something like, this. We don't need the container so much. This could be the SCSS contact for app, and then we could make another one. Let's Control X that, and then we'll do the exact same thing again right here, and we'll call it constant config content, right? Because that's basically what I wanted for, to make this partial. So let's just make the partial while we're here. I didn't even think about it before. And we're gonna go equals, and we're gonna put the backslash like that, press the enter here, and like I said, we're gonna bring this down to the next line, so it could be on the next line. Press Control V, and that's pretty much what all that's gonna do. And that's also gonna go inside this SCSS path right here. So instead of having this folder path right here plus SCSS, so we got the SCS path right here. So we're gonna do this, Control C. It's already there, so we don't need to do that. We're gonna Control C, and then we're gonna Control V. Now we're gonna name this one right here config, right? And then what we called it up here, we called it config content. All right. So in here, we're gonna call it config content. Just gotta spell it right. Did I spell the whole word content out? I don't think so. Yeah, I should have. I just gotta go along with the thing. There you go. And then press Control S. So this should also make it in the same path and put it in the same folder. Because now you got your app.scss. And if you want to make this whole thing, remember, I didn't make this up holding up myself. I'm just updating it for myself. And this would actually will help you and work with you. And you can name it your own name, that boilerplate. I don't care what you name it. And you could, if you like to use main versus app.css, now you got your own extension made for yourself. Okay? So let's just make sure this actually works. Because I do get errors sometimes, and I don't want no errors. So Control Shift P. And as you could see, they both came in. And that went in there. Everything seems fine. But for some reason, it says working in the JS folder. So that looks like it worked. But it has some type of errors here. Deprecating warning buffer. I'm not even using a buffer. And if I am, I don't know. But for the fact that this thing actually works, I am going to save this. But now we have to go to the terminal. Now I have a command prompt terminal here. That's my, I don't like the PowerShell. I like this. What we're gonna have to do now is we're gonna have to VS package this, right? And we could name it 3.1.1, I guess, because it changes your stuff anyway. Let me see if that's right. VSCE package 3.1.1. There you go. And as you can see here on the package JSON, it changes for me. It changed for me no matter what. I didn't have to change it. Oh, what we could do is just package it like that, right? And then do this, and it should package it. I hope I did it right. Yes, yes. I don't have. I think the deprecation is I don't have. Oh, let me stop this real quick. I do not have a GitHub with this, and that's one of the things that it is probably asking for. Like, there's no repository. That's probably why I got the information messed up. So now we could publish it, right? We got to do VSC publish, right? But what we want to do is publish minor, and that would change these numbers here. All right, and we will figure out if it worked. All right, so we're gonna change this right here in the numbers, and as you can see, it's got version 3.0, 3.1. So we're doing 3.10. So we gotta publish the minor, but we also probably have to log in. So let's see if that's going on. Let's see, it's version 3.20 now. Do you want to continue? Yes, I do. And it changed it on our package JSON as well. 3.2, and it changed it down here. Showed you what we changed it to. Yes, I do want to go on. Publishing. Let's see what it says. Your latest version. And the reason that's working for me is because I am logged into this thing with my stuff. So as you can see, it's version 3.1. Let's refresh it and see what happens. It's verifying 3.20. Version 3.1 probably had the and it probably already had that. As you can see over here, they're gonna put a different version around here, something like that. Something will happen around here, more than likely once I update it. But now, well, in order to update, let's make sure it's good to go. It's still verifying. Let's refresh. It's still verifying that. All right. But what you want to do, if you're not in the terminal, or if you're not logged into your Microsoft account, right? What you have to do is go to like command prompt or something like that, and wherever place you're at, you can go VSC login, right? And then the PAL 78 was mine, and it's gonna ask you, do you want to overwrite? I'm already logged in that too, so let's just say yes. So in order for me to be able to do this, I gotta have a token. Tokens only last for about 90 days. So we're here. We could go to my name over here. And I might be in the wrong spot. Let's see. This should be here. Come on. It's gonna say create new project. No. In order to get a new token, excuse me, you click here and you say personal access tokens. Now it's gonna say new token over here. It's like when you do this new token stuff. All right, you could do some stuff with it. I'm not gonna do nothing with that one because you've never seen it. So let's just add a new token, right? And then name it Al the Pal for fun. right? And I'm just gonna delete this right away too. It doesn't really matter. So it's up to 30 days. I max for right now. I don't know how long you could do it for, but max for them originally is 90 days. You can give yourself custom define and give certain people read and write management stuff. For myself, I just put full access because I did it for myself only, not for everybody else. I press create. This is the key. You get to copy it right here, and then it says make sure you copy it. So you see all the power for fun. You see, so yeah, it doesn't really matter. So in this one right here, we're gonna revoke it anyway. You show yeah, I don't care because I'm not using it, and that was just for shows to show you how to do it. So that's that. And as you can see, I have a command list, and on these command lists, they show you how to do different things. Like they have these other things that they do with it. I don't know. I don't care. But I forgot that major changes the like like it'll change this to a 4, and then this to whatever next number it is. I don't know if it's a published minor out there, so I can only change this part to it, but it is what it is. So let's refresh this. All right. Well, let's re-download it on here. Well, no, let's wait to see if it's still verifying. So let's go backwards a couple times. Oh no. And it's the version was verified. So now I'm gonna download it. Oh, not on there. Sorry. I'm gonna download it on here, and right through here, I'm gonna see how it's gonna tell me to install. I'm gonna say yes, I want to install. All right. This is gonna do not sync. I'm syncing it. I don't care. And let's see if it has the version update on it. Last updated 10/21. No, no, it's not updated yet. Excuse me. And maybe we should uninstall it. Close out. And I just closed it out because I know the last thing I did was that, so I can just go like that. It would open everything back up to where I was at. And now we have to re-download it. You see it's not there, so let's download it from the store. Owl's boilerplate. There you go. So you can either put my name or not put my name, and let's see. There it is, 1735-34. That was today's version. Let's see, feature contribution. Yeah, change log. I thought I put that out, but yeah, I changed all this stuff to SCSS, but I guess I didn't change it enough there. That's fine. But as you can see, the 3.2 version is right here, so I'm gonna install that, and we know it works. But I'm also gonna close out of there, and I'm gonna open a new window like that. And I'm just gonna open a folder. Now I don't know what folder I'm gonna open because I don't mind it on the desktop because it's going straight to being deleted. So we're gonna select that folder right there, and in the folder, yes, they're gonna tell you I trust them because it's me. I don't trust myself. And we're gonna go Control Shift P one last time and go to Owl's boilerplate, and everything seemed to be working just fine. You got SAS stuff in here, so when you open the SAS stuff, let's see something. Index. Make sure you get the extension Live SAS Compiler. That's what this is right here. And if you want to know, let me show you one more thing about the Live SAS Compiler. So if you click on it right now, it's going to create a CSS file, because that's how I set it up, to make sure it created a CSS file in here. So you got an app CSS map, and that's everything in there. One thing I forgot to do that I should have done, so we're gonna go to 3.3 now, is like when you do this right here for the app.css right here, you want to have an import, at import. I mean, now they're using at use. I don't care, and because it's what they call that, a partial, we're gonna call it just config. We don't have to add the CSS and all that stuff right there. So we're gonna do Control S here. We're gonna copy this, close this out. And I will delete everything in this folder, and that's good right there. And then we're gonna make this 3.3 right here. So let's go back over here and let's do that. Oh, hold on, what am I doing? I gotta open that. Let's open it up. We right click and we see my stuff right there. You know, Shay. Snaps up. And so right here, we gotta change this because this is not imported in there. So we have to change this right here. This is the config. No, we have to change the container stuff, right? So now the at import config is there, container. So when we run the watch SAS, you'll see in a second. Let's control save this. Let's repackage this via. So you could do it on here too, I guess, package. And then now it's repackage. All right. I'm just gonna put yes on all those things, and then I'm gonna put publish. So you see how 3.2 came up here? It's like, oh, you already did 3.2. Let's save 3.2. So we're gonna publish this, and we're gonna do a minor. And you just see the minor once again, and this JSON would be 3.3. I hope. So let's publish minor, and I'm already logged in, I believe. Oh, I press enter up there, not down here. Ooh, did I not save something? Oh, VSCE, no wonder VSCE publish minor. There it is. So this should change this to 3.3 right away, which it did. I want to continue it. We're gonna delete it off my right here because I want the newest update, and this is not the newest update. So we're gonna let's reload. It was required. So you see it's not there no more, so that's good. And then over here, we should be refreshing it. You'll see it say verified 3.3. Yeah, so the package number and the magnet tag. So this, I could have probably said patch. I don't know. This is the things that they say. I just wanted to know a little bit about it. I found another one of these. This one might be it. No, this is basically the same thing. But they sometimes tell you what these things are about. So we're good here. You gotta log in, and you go to publish, and you gotta get a token, and you copy your token, and you log in. As you can, ooh, maybe I should delete that. No, it's not in the package. So yeah, so we're good here. It's only on down here. My token. I actually have my token, not in here, and my other pile thing, but I have a token file on it. I should take it out, but it's all good because it'll expire in 90 days. So now we gotta put that back in. See, I'm the only one there out of the pile, and this is wrong. So let's close it out and see if it actually finished. If it don't finish, it's still verifying. So if it doesn't finish verifying, what's gonna happen is you're gonna keep downloading the wrong one. So let's just do this, and this, and this. Eventually it'll do that. So as you can see, you got the publishing stuff. It tells you about the tokens and everything right there. How to publish. This is I'll leave this in the thing. But if you want to go to it, you go to here, right here, original code, right, API, and then the get started. I mean, extension capabilities, get started. Your first extension, right? And then you go to wrapping up, and it'll start giving you some stuff. I don't know where that other list was. Let me see. Working with extensions. Oh, okay. So, it tells you right here. So it's basically in there, but I'll leave this in the description. So let's see if that works. Oh, it's verified. So that now now that I got this new folder going on, I could look it back up. It's in here, and it's 3.3. Let's install it. All right. So now that it's installed, let's use it. Control, and that worked. And let's come up here, and it should have said, "Yo, this thing worked." It didn't. I don't care, because this worked. This worked. We open app CSS. The import config is there. And let's do the watch SAS. This is how you know it really worked. And then let's open the app CSS. You see it says padding and margin. That's not in the That's not in app CSS. You know what? That's not in app CSS. You see what I'm saying? That's the import config. That's what the partial does. And you import it, and that's what it is. So my config would be like, if I wanted to do like 3 primary colors, I'll put it here as a variable. and I know which one my section is, and that's all I want to do with this extension though. I'm not gonna talk about SCSS because I'm saving that for later. All right, so that's it. Thank you so much. Hopefully somebody's watching this. And there you go. Let me close this out. You know what I'm saying? Stepson.